Ladies and gentlemen, both reviews for your Saturday evening will be live in 4 minutes. My 2023 Royal Rumble Watch Along will still be live tonight. And let me tell you right now, something. I want the biggest audience that I can get in the live chat for my Royal Rumble Watch Along, okay? I want as much audience as I got on my Monday Night Raw review this Monday. In other words, I want to see all 97 of you people here for my 2023 Royal Rumble Watch Along. Let's get at least a little bit less than 97 people in here. Let's get as much people as possible here for the Royal Rumble Watch Along for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I'll see you guys in about 4 minutes, okay? Enjoy the music I got here playing for now. See you guys in 4 minutes. Woo, man. This is going to be, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. This is SmackDown and AEW Rampage, January the 28th, 2023 review. I'm your host, IWN. If you guys are new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. We are going to go through both reviews as quick as possible because the Royal Rumble will be starting here at 8 o'clock p.m. And we're not going to go over too much WWE and AEW Saturday news after that. We're going to go over a little bit of it. So right after both reviews, we're going to go over a little bit of your WWE and AEW Saturday news. And then that is when I'm going to prepare myself and my watch-along for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The watch-along is still scheduled. It's been scheduled ever since last month. So please, if you can, go hit the thumbs up on my 2023 Royal Rumble watch-along. And please comment in the live chat. Let me know whether you're going to be there or not. Because I have the watch-along already ready. I'm ready for the Royal Rumble already. I'm pretty sure you guys are too. It's going to be great. Let's hope it's going to be great. Let's hope that. SmackDown this week was mid. There were some good things on the show, and there were some bad things on the show. Rampage was solid. The only match I didn't enjoy watching was that six-man tag team match on Rampage. And the squash match with Powerhouse Hobbs and that freaking enhancement talent. The only best things on Rampage was Jamie Hayter versus... I don't even want to say it, man. I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say her name. I really don't. I don't even want to say Emmy's name. I don't. Actually, I'm going to say it. The only best matches on Rampage this week was Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura and Wheeler Yuta versus Adam Hangman Page. We all know how cringe Emi Sakura's gimmick is. I'm not even going to go there. Now, the only best things on SmackDown this week was Imperium versus Legado del Fantasma, Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa, and the ending to SmackDown. Those were the only best things on SmackDown. And Rey Mysterio versus Karrion Kross, even though I feel like the match was rushed, they should have been given more time. They should have given that match more time, man. They should have. They really, really should have, man. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Why they didn't give that match more time remains to be unknown at this point. But anyways, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell for all notifications. We are on the road to 600 subscribers. Thank you guys for continuing to support my channel as usual. And I hope we get the biggest audience in the live chat for my 2023 Royal Rumble watch-along, man. I'm hoping we get 97 people there, like we did with my Monday Night Raw review. Remember, when I was live with my Monday Night Raw review, we had 97 people in there, and then it dropped back to 11. And I was shocked. That's the first time I've ever had 97 people watching my Monday Night Raw review, man. I mean, that surprised me. That really, really surprised me, and it had me excited. It had me excited. I could not stop my excitement. It was great. If you guys missed my Monday Night Raw review, go check it out. And I even uploaded a MP4 video format of my Monday Night Raw review. So you can go check that out and get that a thumbs up as well. You guys missed my Dynamite review this week. Go do the same thing for that. Make sure you check out all the other content that I have on the channel. We're going to be streaming a bunch of games, man, tomorrow. A whole bunch of games tomorrow. I plan on streaming Dragon Ball Legends, Mortal Kombat Mobile, and Burst the Limit. You guys are going to see what the Burst the Limit game looks like. You're in for a surprise tomorrow. I'm telling you. The Royal Rumble review, I may do it in the morning, early in the morning. I'm not sure. Since I'm going to be working on the thumbnail in the background for the 3 games that I'm going to be streaming live on YouTube tomorrow night, to end my Sunday night. I hope you guys are doing okay, man. It's a very, very big night here. We're going to go ahead and get started with both reviews. I'm not going to waste anybody's time because I want to get through this as quick as possible so I can go ahead and go live with my 2023 Royal Rumble watch-along. That way everybody can come in. And then, whenever we have everybody there, whenever it's time for the Royal Rumble, I can start the watch-along, begin the watch-along and the introductions, and the usual. You guys know what I do here on the channel. I don't really got to explain further. SmackDown, it was mid. It was definitely mid. It was definitely not the greatest episode. It's not the best episode. It's mid. It was decent. I mean, like I said, you had some good parts on the show, had some bad parts on the show. That Lacey Evans squash match was terrible. That's the one thing I did not like on the show. And I did not like how they replaced Drew McIntyre and Sheamus with Braun Strowman and Ricochet, knowing Braun Strowman and Ricochet are not a tag team. This had to be Vince McMahon's idea. Man, Vince McMahon has to be speaking with the people of the departments. He's got to be speaking with those people departments on changing stuff. He has to be. Who's to say Vince McMahon is still working under the shadows? I mean, he's there. He got himself back in WWE, which doesn't bode well for all the talent that were brought back by Triple H. I said that for months. Karrion Kross got the biggest loss of his career over Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, all Rey Mysterio did was roll up Karrion Kross for the 1, 2, 3. That was it. Burial right there, man. Burial written all over Karrion Kross, man. Like I said, between Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross, it was rushed. It should have been given more time. That is the match that kicked off SmackDown. An overconfident Karrion Kross learned the hard way last night that underestimating the legendary Rey Mysterio will not end favorably. Despite dominating the future first Bullet Hall of Fame with his size and strength advantage, withstanding his trademark 619 finisher, Kross allowed his ego to doom him as Mysterio countered a power slam attempt into a crucifix roll-up for the win. The match was the shorter side. Rushed. They should have been given at least 2-3 more minutes in the ring. I mean, this didn't even last long. With most of it taking place during the break, it was solid enough. I will say that. Mysterio winning does feel like the means to propel the feud forward. But one has to wonder, when are we going to see the creative and booking decisions reflect Triple H's belief in Karrion Kross? Is what I want to know. And I'm pretty sure that's what you guys want to know too. Spider-Man, how you doing? But thus far, he has been fairly consistently involved in significant programs, but has yet to defiantly win anything here, to be honest. I mean, it didn't really help the perception, unfortunately. The question is, though, the question becomes whether that eventual win will come too late to win the audience over. Hopefully that is not the case going forward, because he has the potential to be a top tier heel on either Raw or SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So he just needs that, steady creative behind him to pretty much go along with his presence and unique presentation. That's what he needs. I don't know why my TV says your TV does not support this program. I don't know why it's saying that. It hasn't been saying that. I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. Why is it saying that now? I don't understand. Anyways, so we got Austin Theory being interviewed in a huge way. So the United States champion Austin Theory hit the ring to cut a promo on Saturday's Royal Rumble match, vowing to win it. Headline, WrestleMania. The New Day interrupted, followed by Miz and ultimately Bobby Lashley. The Almighty made quick work of everyone before cutting a promo of his own, pretty much calling out Brock Lesnar after Monday's attack. The Beast leaped over the guardrail, attacking Bobby Lashley in the process. And down 5, before reviewing, he will compete in Saturday's namesake bout. Now, it is not necessarily a surprise that Lesnar will appear in the Royal Rumble match, given the fact that he has been prominently featured on the event poster from day one-ish, like the Usos say, when they were in their day one-ish gimmick on SmackDown back in the day. Now, it does enhance the match's star power exponentially, though provides a platform for him and Lashley to advance their feud going forward. So I'm guessing their feud's going to continue all the way to WrestleMania 39. So we're going to get Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania 39. You won't hear any complaints from me. It's better than watching Lacey Evans wrestle in the ring. I'll tell you that much. Man, this fucking squash match was so boring to watch, man. I feel bad for Jasmine Allure. I don't know why they had to waste Jasmine Allure like that. She's not even, first of all, she's not even on the SmackDown Women's roster, so why was she there? Why did they have her there? Lacey Evans is fucking terrible, and it's not really her fault. It's WWE and creative, man. They don't know how to give her the right gimmick, the right movesets, the right mindset going forward. It's just entirely not her fault at all. There was a lot of things wrong with this squash match that I don't want to go into explain. Like I said, it's not her fault at all. She's been damaged by inconsistent booking. It's that simple. It's attempts to shoehorn her into different gimmicks. You know what I mean? Nothing has absolutely worked as well as the sassy Southern Belle character. And before that damage provides irreparable, it may be in her best interest to return to that gimmick. Maybe. I think it's more like in her best interest to stay off of television because nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. Her best interest is to stay off of television. Same goes for Charlotte Flair, the android. We had SmackDown Tag Team Championship Contenders Tournament semifinals. I didn't even want to watch this match because Hit Row was in it. Now, if Imperium was going against Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, I'd be watching. Hit Row, nah. She-Row. Prior to the scheduled SmackDown Tag Team Championship Contenders semifinal match, pitting Drew McIntyre and Sheamus against Hit row. Shit row. Man, is God talking to me, man? I got a question here whether Jesus is talking to me or not. Anyway, the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, attacked the men that eliminated them a week ago, leaving the Scottish and Irish babyfaces laying and the status of the bout in doubt. Adam Pearce revealed that McIntyre and Sheamus are out, and in their place are Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Jesus Christ, I don't know why they would put them in this tournament. They're not even participants. They were just put in there. I don't want to say they made this match worse. I just really don't care about this. I just don't. I really don't, man. I don't care too much about this. I don't care too much about this at all. But Adam Pearce, he did reveal that Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are out, and in their place, Braun Strowman and Ricochet, they replaced them, and Ashanti Adonis and Ricochet did most of the heavy lifting, providing the majority of the in-ring work. Majority of the in-ring work before a hot tag to Strowman sparked the comeback and culminated. It culminated with the monster among men securing the win with a monster bomb. The idea that McIntyre and Sheamus gave up their spot in the tournament was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. And it is insulting to the tournament itself. The tournament made no sense. I don't know why they booked it. What was the point? I mean, what was the point? You basically wasted your entire tag team division on SmackDown. You basically wasted all the tag teams that lost in the tournament. You're basically wasting not only them, but you're wasting Drew McIntyre and Sheamus as well. They got wasted on TV. For what? For what? They got wasted for what? And then I want to know why they even paired up Drew McIntyre and Sheamus to begin with. They're singles competitors. They're not tag team competitors. The fuck? What is this? I don't understand. I really don't understand this. I really don't. Why? Like, why would they do that? It essentially neglects everything in competition is about. I feel like it was the intention. Perhaps Pierce flubbed the explanation. It was not great at all. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. It was not good. Not good, man. Strowman and Ricochet filling in. I don't think Ricochet and Braun Strowman filling in makes sense to me. I don't agree with this. Just because to the geeks online, just because it makes sense, they didn't have no history with Hero. Okay. It doesn't matter if they have history with Hero, man. Them fitting in that tournament didn't make sense. They're not a tag team. So why would you put a non-tag team in a tournament? In a tournament, that is a waste of everybody's time. Really. Waste of time, man. Absolute waste of time. I don't get it. Why a team that was never in the tournament to start with would be allowed entry into the semifinals anyway? That is dumb, dude. That is absolutely dumb. Man. That is so dumb. I don't know what's going on my TV, man. My TV is acting weird. I don't like this. Thankfully, the match we got was at least a little tiny bit solid. It wasn't really that good. Still a waste of time. Nonetheless, LA Knight mocked the original incarnation of the Bray Wyatt character, complete with a straw hat and Hawaiian shirt, before cutting a promo on his Mountain Dew pitch black match opponent. Wyatt interrupted and said the time for talking was over, and wrapped up with an ominous line about lights going out. Uncle Howdy appeared in a skybox to wrap up the segment. This added little to the build to Saturday's match, but it did one thing rather effectively, reiterating that Knight is an absolute star and should not see his statue on WWE programming end with what will likely be a loss to Wyatt at the Rumble. Give him all the things to do, especially if a microphone is involved. You know what I'm saying? Because he is that guy and he can get anything over. He can get it done. Anyone who has seen his work dating back to Eli Drake knows as much. They know damn well, man. Really. Wyatt is a star in his own right. Will be more than okay once this program comes to an end. Now the question is, will they feud him with Roman Reigns? I don't know. I don't think it's never going to happen. Knight, though, has really jumped off the screen and should earn himself continued exposure as a result. I think Bray Wyatt feud with Roman Reigns would be one of the biggest feuds in SmackDown history. I mean, let's be honest. We had another SmackDown Tag Team Championship Contenders semifinal tournament match that took place. Legado del Fantasma, Cruz, Del Toro, and Wild battled Imperium's Giovanni Vinci and Louis Kaiser in the second semifinal round match of the SmackDown Tag Team Championship Contenders Tournament. Now, the later duo dominated throughout the commercial, focusing the attack on Wild. A hot tag to Del Toro allowed Legado del Fantasma to roll late, but a gorilla press slam by Vinci off the top ropes, and the Imperium bomb earned the former NXT Tag Team Champions the hard-fought victory. Now, this was a vastly superior match to the other semifinal with great action from all. Cruz del Toro, in particular, really shined late, and he shined late and pretty much had the crowd behind him and his partner, despite their status as villains. Imperium winning was fine. It was the right call, even though this tournament makes no sense. Even though it should have never happened in the first place. It does set up a match with Strowman and Ricochet. Nobody wants to see that match. No, everybody's already seen it before. We've already seen this. Why are we getting it again? But it sets up a match with Ricochet and Braun Strowman that has somewhat been overdone in recent months, including a Miracle on 34th Street fight that should have ended it back over the holidays. WWE officials should examine the idea of Legado Fantasma being babyface moving forward, if nothing else. You know, they were great. They were great here, and the idea of Vega as a babyface while retaining the same attitude would be intriguing. They succeed in the role late in their NXT run. So, we know it is not a tall task. We know that. Letting them pretty much run on that side of the roster again. The Raiders, Imperium, Los Lotharios, and others would result in some great in-ring work, while Santos Escobar could thrive too. I think that sounds like a great idea. Surprisingly got behind Legado del Fantasma despite their designation as heels on TV. Maybe that's why they need to turn babyface. I don't know. Oh, what is going on my TV? We got the main event of SmackDown. Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. Easily one of the two best matches on the show. The other best match, Legado del Fantasma versus Imperium, even though they're heels. Even though this match didn't really make sense, it was still a good match. With the Usos barred from the arena following a backstage confrontation, Bloodline enforcer Solo Sikoa was forced to pretty much go at it alone as he looked to dismantle Kevin Owens ahead of the prize fighters Undisputed WWE Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble Saturday. Or so we thought. Now, late in the match, Solo Sikoa, he pretty much appeared to be nearly defeat. Sami Zayn hopped the guardrail, made the save, pulling him to the sanctuary of the arena floor. His reward, I'd say an errant super kick, perhaps, from the big man. Who quickly refocused his attack on Owens. The number one contender fought back, delivered a powerbomb onto the commentary table, and sent him into the crowd. Owens stood tall before looking into the camera and pretty much cutting a promo on his Royal Rumble opponent, sparing Zayn further punishment and raising the question, where does the honorary Uso stand now? That's the question going forward. The match was a great physical fight. Owens can absorb a ton, allowing Solo Sikoa to pretty much show off. By the time Sami Zayn interferes, came, and the match transitioned into an angle, it accomplished everything it hoped to, proved Owens' toughness, and left fans questioning where his allegiance lie. Again, it accomplishes everything it to prove Owens' toughness and left fans questioning where Zayn's allegiance lie. Now, are they Owens or the Bloodline? Maybe it is more complicated than that. Maybe his allegiance lie only with Jay at this point after the events of Monday Night Raw. The fact that there are different possibilities entering Saturday's show adds a sense of intrigue to the contest, despite its otherwise foregone conclusion. One thing is for sure, the more Sikoa gets to work with guys like Owens, the better he will be in the long run, and the more likely he will be to succeed in whatever role he finds himself to be in. That's going to be it for your SmackDown review. Now we're going to move on to your Rampage review, guys. Let me know your thoughts on my SmackDown review. Let me know whether I did good or not. Let me know your take. And what's your this week's episode of SmackDown alone? What do you think was the best thing on SmackDown this week? Sound off in the live chat. Wheeler versus Adam Heyman Page was a banger. Jamie Hayes' Emmy Soccer was great. Even though I'm a fan of Emmy Soccer, he is terrible in the ring. Her gimmick is not good. Her theme song is gotten a lot better now. Changed her theme song finally. Thank God. That first theme song she had sound awful. It sounds so bad. It sounds like a clown circus, man. It was her first theme song was the drizzling shits, man. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it. Sounds like a fucking gorilla parade. That her first theme song. We got Adam Heyman Page versus Wheeler Yuta. Notice the bell rang. Exploded out of his corner with a drop kick to take Page off his feet. From that moment, the fight was on. What followed was a highly physical battle between two guys who pretty much are both at the top of their games. Now, Page had a small size advantage, but not enough to make a huge difference. Now, some people in the community probably doubts that, but you're going to have times where that comes into play, you know. But for the most part, those men were evenly matched. Neither competitor was in control for more than a minute or two at a time. Adam Heyman Page was basically the heel in this match, and Wheeler Yuta was the babyface. Now, enough though, this was just a standard, your typical standard singles bout. This was like a one-on-one singles action. They were fighting as if a title was on the line, even though having champions lose non-title matches is never ideal, of course. Nobody was surprised when Adam Heyman Page scored the win. He just defeated Jon Moxley recently. No, literally, he did. I'm not even joking, guys. So it would have been a weird booking decision to pretty much have him lose to the least experienced member of the Blackpool Combat Club, using Moxley's own paradigm shift, or whatever it's called, to score the win. Was a nice touch to end the match and keep the feud between Moxley and Heyman Page going. Now, this tag team match, wasn't designed to steal the show. The match wasn't really in my interest. I didn't really like it. It just wasn't the match. This match there for me. This match is You guys know what I mean. Match wasn't all that good. It's all that good, man. I'm telling you right now. I didn't enjoy it. I'm talking about the match between best friends Cassidy, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. That is exactly the match that I'm talking about. The match was not that fun. Hobbs match, meanwhile, extra Swerve and Dustin Dunn. I'm kind of into it. I mean, I'm hoping this leads to a feud between the two. I'm hoping this leads to a feud between these two, man. Hopefully Swerve and his Mongol affiliate affiliates will win this feud over Dustin Rhodes. Now, we did get a pre-tape from Mark Henry because I guess that's the segment we get nowadays. And live isn't, you know, it was a backstage interview segment with J. Cargill and Layla Gray, Red Velvet, who was joined by Kiera Hogan, confronted Cargill and challenged her to a match for the TBS title Wednesday. And we got AEW World Women's Champion Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura in an eliminator match. I will say, I'm a very huge fan of Jamie Hayter. I love Jamie Hayter. I love what she does. Her gimmick is great. Her gear is great. Her theme song is great. Emi Sakura, her theme song is not great. Emi Sakura's gimmick is not great. I'm not a huge fan of Emi Sakura. I mean, her theme song sounds a lot better, but her gear and her ring skills, her style, nah. Not into it. The AEW Women's Champion was in an event of this week's show when Hayter battled Sakura in a non-title bout. Now, Sakura has never been booked on AEW television on a consistent basis, but she has appeared many times on Dark and Elevation. She has a long history in Japan and is well respected in this business. So if anyone was wondering why she was getting a match with the champ, it's because, to me, she didn't earn it. I don't think she earned it. I mean, I haven't even seen her in any matches as of late. I don't think she earned it, to be honest. Hayter tried to establish some dominance early on with a show of power. Sakura was not able to go down without a fight. Of course, she got right back to her feet and took the champion out of the ring. I mean, the match did have great pace and allowed both women to look like the tough competitors they are. I don't know about Emi Sakura, but it made Jamie Hayter look like the tough competitors. The tough competitor that she is. I don't know about Emi Sakura. This was a lot of fun and finally made, nope. I don't want to accept the fact that it made Sakura look better, but even though I'm not a fan of her, it did make her somewhat look better than she ever, I guess, has in the AEW ring. I don't know about that. In my opinion, she's awful in the ring. She is awful in the ring. I don't like her in-ring approach. I never liked her in-ring approach, her skills. I never liked it. I was never a fan of Emi Sakura, so I don't think she's looking any better in the ring. I just don't. Jamie Hayter, yeah, a whole lot better. Jamie Hayter is doing a whole lot better. She has improved mentally a lot. She's doing great for herself as AEW World Women's Champion. I'm hoping we get Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho at some point. Or even Jamie Hayter versus Saraya. That'd be great. You imagine Jamie Hayter going up against Mercedes Renano? That'd be great. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. Jamie Hayter has a lot of dream opponents in AEW. They can even put her against a heel Chris Statlander or Layla Hirsch. We haven't seen Layla Hirsch last 5-6 months from Russia. She's dealing with the Russian-Ukrainian war. Hopefully, Layla Hirsch is okay in Russia, hopefully nothing bad has happened. Hopefully, she'll be back in the U.S. eventually when this stuff is over. You know, this war between Ukraine and Russia. The champ was about to overcome some of her opponent's biggest moves before hitting the Haterade for the win. That gave her an idea of what to call her lariat, the Haterade. That is so great. That's great. You love to hear it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for you SmackDown and Rampage review. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. And like I said, subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. I want to thank everybody for joining the live chat. And guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It is time for your WWE and AEW Saturday news. All right, here we go. Now, first thing is first. We're going to start it off, obviously. His original plan for Edge at the 2023 Royal Rumble event. I'm going to start with that news. I'm going to go with that. Because I figure you Edge fans want to know about the original plan for him, you know, going into the Royal Rumble. Let's get this out of here. Get this out of here. And if you guys want to see the first look at the Royal Rumble setup review, I'll show you guys before I end the stream. So you guys can get an idea of what the Royal Rumble arena and stadium looks like. Now, let me find it here. Let me just find that news on Edge. And we can go ahead and get to it here. So guys, we're going to start with your WWE Saturday news, and it's on Edge. We're going to start with your WWE news on Edge. WWE's original plan for Edge at 2023 Royal Rumble event. Rumors had surged, or rumors had suggested, should I say that Balor and Edge were going to compete in a Hell in a Cell match at the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. However, the match will not be taking place. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that despite the match's cancellation, WWE could still have Balor and Edge compete in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 39. After all, the Mountain Dew pitch black match will consist of Wyatt and Knight instead. Says here, and I quote, Edge was always going to be on the show with Balor. I don't know what happened there. They were going to do that Hell in a Cell match, Edge and Balor on the show. They decided against it. The angle was already shot. So maybe they're saving it for Mania. Yeah, it says maybe they're saving for Mania, and then it continues to go on and say that that they'll do an angle at the Royal Rumble. There's no reason for it not to be him. But to me, his first appearance back should be to get revenge on the guys who put him out, not to be in the Royal Rumble as a surprise. End quote. That's from Dave Meltzer on Radio. So we'll have to wait and see when Edge will make his return to WWE television, because fans simply miss him. After all, a huge match with Balor at WrestleMania 39 would finally be the best decision in the right direction for Edge going forward. At least I think so. Anyway, I don't know everybody else. I don't know if they think that. Huge spoiler on WWE's plan for Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green. The Royal Rumble is on. The Royal Rumble kickoff show is on. So if you want to go watch the kickoff show, you can. You don't have to be here if you don't want to, because the SmackDown and AEW Rampage review is officially over. And now I'm giving you guys your WWE and AEW Saturday news. Now, as far as the huge spoiler on WWE's plan for Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green goes, Ringside News did exclusively report that Matt Cardona is on WWE's radar for a return, to the surprise of no. Fans have already started speculating if he will end up in WWE again or not. Cardona has made sure fans keep thinking about him. In fact, even his wife Chelsea Green has been in the news for her return to WWE. As previously reported, Chelsea Green already re-signed with WWE a while ago. According to a report by Sean Rossap behind Fightful's paywall, it was noted that WWE has plans for Chelsea Green to portray a comedic Karen-type character. It says here, and I quote, "We haven't been told if Chelsea Green is being planned for the Royal Rumble, but there have been tentative, creative plans for her to play a comedic Karen-type character based on what we heard. She's actually been signed for months," end quote. And then in addition to that, Sean Rossap directly asked Matt Cardona if he will be appearing at the Royal Rumble live event. Cardona made it clear, no intention of giving a straight answer. It goes on to say, and I quote, "We flat out asked Matt Cardona if he was coming in for the WWE Royal Rumble and in San Antonio the day before the Royal. What am I? A merc?" End quote. Had to wait and see whether Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green will make their return to the company during the Royal Rumble Premium Live event this week. Hopefully Matt Cardona will come back as Matt Cardona, and Chelsea Green will come back as the Hot Mess gimmick. Hopefully Chelsea Green will bring back the Hot Mess gimmick to WWE, and hopefully Matt Cardona will come back as his real in-ring name, Matt Cardona. If you guys want Matt Cardona back in WWE, let me know. Current Royal Rumble status for top Japan Pro Wrestling talent. Jay White is not going to be in the Royal Rumble. I don't know why. Fightful Select reported that White is still under contract with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, he is, as of Saturday's Royal Rumble. They said, for those asking about Switchblade, Jay White's status, New Japan Pro Wrestling sources claim he's still under contract to them as of the Royal Rumble. End quote. While Hikuleo is also very much in New Japan Pro Wrestling talent as of now, reigning never open weight champion Kamataga is set to become a free agent soon. You know, you can bet your ass that WWE's grabbing him and Hikuleo. It says here, and I quote, Hikuleo was also set to still be under contract, but Tonga's was supposed to be up sometime soon. End quote. And New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 17, Tama Tonga defeated Carl Anderson to win the never open weight title for the second time in his career. The event marked the first time a WWE contracted talent wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Following a brief stint at the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo, Hikuleo rejoined the New Japan Pro Wrestling roster in 2017. Higher-ups in WWE have expressed interest internally in Hikuleo. Yes, I've heard that last month. Things have been that way for several months now. It's likely that New Japan Pro Wrestling is saving the loser leaves Japan match as a way to write Hikuleo or Jay White off television, depending on who leaves the company by then. Heck, it could be both of them. Who knows? Could be both of them for all we know. What's y'all's take on the story? Let me know. Another NXT talent brought in for WWE Royal Rumble, and that talent happens to be Ivy Nile, because according to PW Insider, Ivy Nile has been brought in for the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. Zoe Stark, Indy Hartwell, and NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez are also in San Antonio ahead of the show. That being said, NXT Women talent are still waiting to hear about the Royal Rumble match. Have to see what kind of surprises the company has for fans. Excitement is at all-time high tonight. The Royal Rumble will be starting in about 8, at least in about either 8 or 6 minutes. I cannot wait. Pat McAfee expected to make WWE return very, very soon. I think he's going to return back as SmackDown commentary, and Wayne Barrett is probably going to go back to NXT as NXT commentary to replace Booker T, hopefully. God, I hope to God that Wayne Barrett goes back to being an NXT commentary and replace either Booker T or Vince Joseph. I hope he replaces both of them, really, to be honest. Vince Joseph and Booker T sound, they are terrible on commentary. I don't know why you got commentators like that for NXT. One of the reasons why nobody's watching NXT, and another reason why nobody's watching NXT, because they're women's division and the men's division. I mean, just look who they got down there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Cora Jade, Nikki Alliance, Roxanne Perez, they got some pretty good women down there. But not all of them is good. Not all of them are that great. I'm a huge fan of Nikki Alliance, Cora Jade, and Roxanne Perez. And Katana Chance, she's great too. She is very, very talented. Valkyrie's great. I'm still gonna call her Aoki Valkyrie, because that should have been her name coming into NXT. That still should have been her name. I don't know why they had to change it to Lyra Valkyria. The fuck? That had to be a Vince McMahon Bruce idea to change her name to Lyra Valkyria. Are you kidding me? Do you really think she likes going by that name? No, I don't think she does. I don't think she appreciates going by that name. I'm still a fan of her. I was a fan of her ever since her days in NXT UK. But anyways, Pat McAfee is credited as one of the most talented and creative individuals in the WWE. He proved his worth both as an in-ring competitor and a successful WWE commentator. On Friday Night SmackDown, he has been absent for a while now, and it seems McAfee is expected to make his return to the company. Now, according to Charlotte Sapp behind Fightful's paywall, WWE talent believe that Pat McAfee will be making his return to the company very soon. That is indeed true. That news is indeed true by Fightful. I've heard it from other sources too. I've even heard it from Ringside News. One talent even claimed that they had heard McAfee being mentioned for the Royal Rumble. Says here, and I quote, several talent were speculating that they believe Pat McAfee could be back soon, with one saying they'd heard his name mentioned for the Royal Rumble, end quote. Michael Cole previously stated that Pat McAfee revitalized his career as well, regardless. It remains to be seen whether Pat McAfee will make his return during the Royal Rumble this week or not. It's almost time. It's 2 minutes. My 2023 Royal Rumble watch along. I need to shoot. It's almost time for my 2023 Royal Rumble watch along to be live. That's okay, because right after this, right after I give you guys the rest of your WWE AEW Saturday news, I'm immediately going to be live with my 2023 Royal Rumble watch along. And those of you that are watching the stream right now, I want you guys to be there. I want as much audience as I can get in the live chat for this pay-per-view. And make sure you hit the notify me button, hit the notification, so that way you'll know when any watch along or stream starts. Another NXT talent brought in for the Royal Rumble. We already went over that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for your WWE Saturday Night News. We went over WWE's original plan for Edge. We went over a huge spoiler on Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green. Current Royal Rumble status for the New Japan Pro Wrestling talent. Changed mandate. WWE changed mandate about NXT talent in the Royal Rumble match this year. Went over that, as well as Pat McAfee expecting to make his return very soon. Another NXT talent brought in for the WWE Royal Rumble. Now it is time for your AEW Saturday news. And we don't have much of it. It's only AEW news on Luchasaurus, AEW, Kenny Omega, and Wardlow. Get this, guys. No wonder why Luchasaurus hasn't been on TV. This is kind of breaking news. Breaking news about Luchasaurus, guys. I got some breaking news on Luchasaurus and AEW. Get this. You're not going to believe this. You're going to be shocked to hear this. AEW and Luchasaurus are being sued for selling merchandise, or reportedly being sued for selling merchandise using copyrighted mask design. Can you believe that? Wow, talk about a news development. Talk about shocking news. Man, that's as shocking as it gets. Now, as reported by WrestleNomics, it was revealed in the legal complaint that Austin Medelson first worked with Composite Effects, CFX, in December 2016 to create a modified version of a pre-existing CFX design called the Viper Silicon mask. In March of 2019, the mask was adjusted once again, this time with the addition of horns. It says here that Medelson was entitled to use the mask in events as a wrestler, and I quote, but never he nor anyone acting on his behalf was entitled to create merchandise that incorporated the mask design, end quote. According to a legal complaint, the Composite Effects learned that Medelson had signed with AEW in 2019. The company attempted to establish a licensing agreement with him, with no agreement was reached. CFX and AEW representatives began discussing the creation of a new mask, which AEW then purchased the rights to. The new mask was shipped in August of 2021. According to the complaint, it was rarely used, if ever. Emails provided by CFX as evidence. Medelson stated that Tony had agreed that current mask is too iconic to change. I'm assuming Medelson is Luchasaurus. It says here, and I quote, hey man, thanks for the work on the new mask, but after getting a look of it on my face, Tony and I agreed my current mask is too iconic at this point, and we can't change the fact, end quote. Ultimately, Composite Effects reached out to AEW Luchasaurus in 2022, requesting them to either stop using the copyrighted mask or to come to terms on a licensing agreement. However, no deal was reached. Bad. This bodes bad for AEW and Luchasaurus. The mask continued to be used in merchandise. Additionally, the complaint states that Medelson contacted another designer, George, to create a mask similar to the one that CFX holds the copyright to. According to a statement by George, Medelson and an associate known as Jet wanted a near replica of CFX's custom design mask. It says here that it was clear that there were legal issues that needed to be handled prior to my designing a new mask for Medelson, end quote. So the Composite Effects is currently seeking the profits AEW has made related to the alleged infringement. Other damages sustained, should I say, as a result in attorney's fees. Ringside News will keep me and other sources up to date on this ongoing case. What is y'all's take on this story? I meant to say Ringside News will keep me and other wrestling YouTube content creators up to date on this stuff. But Kenny Omega, and you know what? AEW and Luchasaurus being sued for selling merchandise using copyrighted mask design is no wonder why Luchasaurus and Christian Cage is off of TV. No wonder why they're off of television. That doesn't. Christian Cage is off of TV. Oh, injury. That's why he's off of TV. I heard something about that a few months ago. Injury. Kenny Omega is off AEW television due to visa issue. Same thing that happened to Buddy Murphy and Rhea Ripley. Omega and the Young Bucks took several weeks off of television after their brawl out confrontation with CM Punk. He wrestled a 7-match series against the Death Triangle. That was looted by fans. Those same fans have wondered why Omega wasn't around for the past few weeks. According to a Wrestling Observer newsletter, reported that Kenny Omega has been off the television for a few weeks because of the visa issues. This caused him to miss the last few episodes of Dynamite. There is hope that he will be in Daytona on February 1st. There's no guarantee that's happening. Kenny Omega has been off TV for a few weeks due to visa issues. It says, and I quote, he badly wanted to be at the show in Lexington because he loved Jay Briscoe and was unable to be there. The hope is that he can return on February the 1st in Daytona, but that's not a lock. End quote. Kenny Omega will likely be back, but it might take some time to clear up this paperwork. It might clear up some time to take this paperwork issue. Hopefully, Tony Khan and the company can fix this problem sooner rather than later, because Omega is a marketable name. He is a mega star name for AEW's television show. In the meantime, Kenny Omega is taking some time off television, which is rest he could probably use right now anyway, to be honest. This is your last AEW Saturday news. Wardlow's written off TV due to an injury. The former TNT champion lost the title to Samoa Joe last year, shocking fans all over the world. Even in their rematch, it was Samoa Joe who ultimately toppled Wardlow. And then War Dog vanished. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Wardlow was written off AEW television as he is currently suffering from an injury. That being said, he will not be out of action for long. Says here, and I quote, this is from Wrestling Observer newsletter, when Wardlow did the match where Samoa Joe took out his leg, the reason he hasn't been back for revenge and dropped the TNT title is due to an injury issue, which I kind of figured, because I could tell that Wardlow was walking on one leg that time when I was watching that match between him and Samoa Joe. And then, anyways, it goes on to say from the Wrestling Observer Radio that the stuff with Joe was done to set up his taking time off. The injury is not believed to be one that will keep him out of action for a long time. We'll have to wait and see how Wardlow's book on AEW television was able to make his in-ring return. He was once positioned as a top name for the company before it seemed that Tony Khan got distracted with other stars. Until we see Wardlow again, fans will simply have to wait for his return. What is y'all's take on this story? Let me know. That's going to do it for your WWE AEW Saturday news. Guys, I'm getting the heck out of here. You enjoyed the review, and if you enjoyed me giving you guys your WWE AEW Saturday news, hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have on your notifications. Turn on the notify me button. Go check out all the other content. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Links to both accounts are always going to be in the description below on any watch-along the review and game stream as well. Thank you guys for joining the live chat, and I will see you guys live for the 2023 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. My watch-along will be live in 2 minutes. I hope to see you guys there. I want the biggest audience that I can get, okay? See you guys there.